So a close friend of mine, actually a lifetime childhood friend, says, "Hey, I see that you're playing with these things. Any chance you got one kicking around that I could have or you could sell me?" I said, "No, actually I don't, but I'll tell you what I do have. I have a whole whack load of parts in the trunk of my car. I might be able to put one of those together for you." I said, "Do you want it to look real nice and pretty, or do you want it to just work?" He says, "No, I want it to work." So I went out to the trunk of the car. I grabbed a valve assembly, a collar, a ventilator hat. I had a made in China globe. I checked the fount. The fount was solid. It's a 3-piece fuel cap. I put a brand new gasket in the 3-piece fuel cap. Give parts of the valve that are, worthy of it a soak in vinegar. Cleaned everything up, put it back in, and sure enough, there you go. There's another one. Out of a bunch of parts and junk that I had in the trunk of the car that I bought from a guy not that long ago. And really didn't pay. I think there's probably enough in that box to make at least another 2, perhaps even 3 lanterns out of. So that's actually pretty damn cool. I sent my friend a video of this and he is like super excited. So, he remembers what it was like when we were in the Boy Scouts and, everywhere we went, somebody had one of these. If we went, with friends or family to a place, to somebody else's house at nighttime, one of these was outside. Or if we went camping, there was always like a dozen people that had them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I was glad I could do that for him, and we'll make sure we get that to him. I got to clean it up a little bit, the bottom. I got some alcohol. We'll clean up the fount a little. I got a new label for it. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, and it's got scratches and it's got chips in the porcelain, but it's not about that, man. It's not about that. It's about the thought. And honestly, I was actually pretty surprised when my friend asked me if I had anything for him, and I promised him I'd do it. So I don't know what that took me, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And all that was happening. I had some people out front that were cutting off my wood pile. I told them they could take as much of that pile of wood out the front as they wanted, because it's really old. But I'm just glad I got to this point and lit it up, and no problems, not so much as a 1. So there you go, another 200. That one's from July of '69, and it's got I think it's an American. It's either, it could be a Canadian fount. I didn't really pay too much attention, but the valve is rotated to make the lantern look like it's an American model, right? With the pump on the right and the fuel cap on the left, and the valve facing you. So thanks for taking a look, everyone. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that got done, and I'm glad it's working, no issues. It never set anything on fire. That's all that matters. See you later, guys.